Aloha, my name is Netra Halperin. I'm running for State House South Maui. I am a psychotherapist. My background, I have a master's in psychology and I worked at Aloha House, Women Helping Women, Maui Youth and Family Services. Also, I've owned small businesses in the renovation and tourism industry, so I'm very familiar with business and the hurdles that small business must jump through in Hawaii. So I am running because I really want to make a difference. Ever since I was a social worker, ever since I was young, I looked around and I saw a lot of injustice and a lot of things that were not working in the best interests of people. Basically, a lack of love. That there's a lot of this country the culture is way too much based on money instead of working together and helping each other. So I have some really concrete solutions on how to create win-wins. And I'll be talking about the quadruple bottom line, which is a really good way of deciding which is a good criterion for each decision and to make decisions that are going to be in the best interest of everyone.
Are you in support or against the legalization of medical marijuana dispensaries or compassion centers in Maui County?
I support the legalization of marijuana because the reality is the majority of people using marijuana are actually recreational, as are the majority of people who drink alcohol, doing it for recreational reasons. I think it's disingenuous to do this compassion center. Of course, I think people who need marijuana medically should have it, but I think just doing the compassion centers, it's a game. It's a huge, big game, and it's going to create a lot of fraud because people are going to pretend and try to get doctors to give them a medical marijuana pass. Marijuana is no more harmful than alcohol as far as violence, as far as drunk driving, which are the main problems and of drugs, basically. And so I think it should be legalized and taxed and regulated. And we're not going to get all the tax. Some people will grow it, but a lot of people aren't. Other people, a lot of people buy things. People could grow corn, but they don't. I mean, there's going to be a certain amount of taxes received from that, and we can make it just like alcohol, no one under 18 and regulated. Because when you make something illegal, it creates a whole host of problems that weren't there before. So, and we tried, yes, people driving drunk is a bad thing. People getting drunk and beating up people is a bad thing. But we tried prohibition, it didn't work. So the best way to get rid of drug addiction is to make reality better.
The next question we have is in regards to education reform and locally controlled school boards. What's your stance on locally controlled school boards in regards to the Furlough Friday situation and if that would help?
I definitely support locally controlled school boards. It's on my website, it's on my brochures. I think there's so much bureaucracy in our school system. We're the only state in the whole nation that has one central state school board. And education is not the same as Walmart. Education is about human beings, it's about creativity, it's about inspiration, and it's about innovation. So I do not believe in the standardization of education, I believe in the customization. And people, when they have control over their own organization, they take more responsibility. It's that same thing, that the more power you have, the more possibility of taking control and making it something exciting and amazing and prosperous. So I believe in giving the communities, giving each school community the control over their own school. Now, some of the schools are going to need training on how to do that. It's the conversion charter school model. Some of the schools are going to need, basically it's a self-assessment tool. So any conversion charter school has gone through this self-assessment. This is actually paid for by the federal government. So any school that wants to be a conversion charter school can apply for those funds and get that to help them create a functioning school that is based on the values of that particular community. Like for instance, in Hana, it might be more Hawaiian based. In Kihei, it's going to be, maybe we could bring in the arts like they do at Pomokai School. So each school community can have a school that really reflects their constituents, and then people will get excited, and that's the bottom line of education: excitement and innovation and creativity. Kids automatically want to learn. They're curious. Everybody's always saying, "Don't touch that, don't touch that." So let's give them something to touch. Let's give them something to really sink their teeth into and get excited about.
In regards to the Hawaii Super Ferry, the topic has resurfaced and come up again. Given the current economic climate, would you support the return of the Hawaii Super Ferry to help stimulate the inter-island commerce?
Yes, definitely. When I worked at the legislature in 2009, I put all my stuff in my car, took it over, easy, and then by the time I returned home in May, I had to ship everything, and it was a big hassle. And I also support a lot of tradespeople. They can put their truck, put on their truck all their tools, what they need, and then go over and work. Or families that want to, put on their ice chests and all of their camping or recreational paraphernalia and take it over. So definitely we need a ferry. What we need to make sure is, one, that the EIS is done, and two, that it is not heavily subsidized by the taxpayers. I think it needs to be able to pull its own weight, basically.
In regards to transient accommodations tax, if elected, what would you do to ensure that Maui keeps its share of the TAT?
Well, I would work with Representative Marcus Oshiro, who's the chair of finance, who I know from working over there in 2009. And what I would show him is other ways that we can save a lot of money. One of the ways that our state is wasting a ton of money is methamphetamine crisis is costing Hawaii $400 million a year. $400 million. Think of what we could do with $400 million. And I'm working with an organization, I've been in communication with, it's called Justice Reinvestment. And what they do is they come in, they do a data-driven analysis of a community's criminal justice system, and they show how to take money out of the black hole of incarceration and put it into the communities from which most offenders come. That's going to save a ton of money. Texas, I mean, nobody thinks of Texas as liberal, but they are working with this organization, and they've already saved $233 million. And so if they can do it, we can do it. So basically the answer is, I would tell Marcus, look, we don't need to take away the county's TAT. I can show you a much better way to save money.
Any closing thoughts? This is your opportunity to give some contact information or any upcoming events through November 2nd.
Okay. I'm really excited about this race. I'm really excited about the possibility of representing Kihei in the legislature. I guarantee you I will give it 110%. I have been giving this campaign 110%. Every single day I'm out there walking the neighborhoods, and I've been meeting really awesome people in South Maui. And then I know what they believe in. I know what they want, what their goals, their hopes, their dreams are. And so then when I am serving this district, they're going to be all there right beside me. And I can feel them. I can feel, please do this, we're concerned about this. So I'm really excited about this. And my website is www.electnetra.com. Please go check it out. There's a very cute video of me and my lovely cat. So please check that out, and email me or call me if you have any concerns, because I'm here to represent. I'm a public servant, and so I want to know what you think, what you feel, what you think is important, and I will always listen.